Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the final round of the North American Youth Championships. It's been a pleasure being here with you. In the past few days, I feel like it's been almost a week, but it hasn't been really a week. But anyways, it was great. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary, and certainly hope that you have followed US Chess. You have followed my channel. Keep doing that on social media as well. There's a lot coming up, lots of opportunities for more. I was just laughing because I saw this very cute emote in my chat. Hi Pimber. But anyways, like I had fun doing this. It's of course a bit tougher when you are by yourself, but um I feel like I've been able to keep up the energy kind of throughout. You guys will be a better judge of that, of course. As for myself, I think we're calling in the action now. I prepared the scene with the standings as well to kind of catch up with everything that's going on, and I think we should get through that first before we look at the games because we already see a result, right? So we're trying to figure out what's going on, how many of these games really go till the end. Some of the kids also have the opportunity to get titles and norms, and we definitely want to know what is going on. So I have my link opened to share with you both the norms that everyone gets as well as the titles. So let's get to it. I'm gonna change the scene and hopefully nothing freezes. Fingers crossed. Okay. So you won't be seeing me, but you'll be seeing the standings and results. I think it should be all good right now. Let's check. Yep, I think it's looking good, right, guys? Let me know if you should be able to hear me as well. All right, so in the open section, we got Aaron Mendes with 7 points. So he just drew his game, so he's the champion. Congratulations to Aaron. And Aaron is going to get the IM title after winning this tournament. So congrats, Aaron. Well played. I think he's had some really great results so far. And yeah, we'll have to wait to see who finishes on second. We had Johnson Donald, who actually won against Dasaditya yesterday, if you guys remember, a very interesting endgame. If both of them win, then they will be sharing second and third. I don't know, based on tie breaks, we'll see. Quite a lot of players with 5 points in this section. All right, let's go to the girls under 18 section. I don't know if results are there or not. Let's see how you guys see this, because it will be looking a bit different now. Yeah, this should be fine. All right. So we're looking at the results on chess results, right? So Jasmine has had a tremendous tournament, 7 out of 9. And if she wins, she gets the WIM Women's International Master title. And draw is enough for her to get the title. I'm actually curious if she's gonna try to play for a win or if she's gonna take a fast draw. We'll catch up with that in a bit. Quite a lot of players with 4 points in this section, as you can see. Going on to the open section under 16. Just showing you guys the pairing so that we kind of have an idea of what to expect. So here we have 3 players with 6 points. Ron had a great tournament, but unfortunately lost yesterday. So now there are 3 of them, 3 players sharing. And he plays against Steven, who unfortunately lost yesterday to Brian, and not to Brian. Whom did he lose to? I think he lost to Henry. He lost to Henry. Ronan lost to Brian. Okay, this is gonna be a tough matchup. This is gonna be a tough matchup, I gotta say, in this section. For whoever wins this championship is gonna get the International Master Norm only, not the title, just International Master Norm. And silver and bronze or first on tie will get the FIDE Master. So These two players, of course, have the most chances, but okay, we don't know what Steven's gonna do. Steven is already an FM, and he cannot win anymore the tournament. I guess if there's a result there, Steven wins and Henry wins, then Henry could tie up, and we'll have to see which one of them actually gets to finish on top. In girls under 16, we have Erin leading the tournament. She had a nice win yesterday. And Jillian Mock lost, so there are two players sharing with 5.5. Okay, good to know. All right. Erin could be the winner. In the girls section, by the way, under 16, they get a women's international master norm, by the way. This was one of those groups that had one of the most number of players, I'd say. So this is boys under 14. Narayan Venkatesh leading the tournament with 6 points. So this is going to be a tough fight, definitely, because, you know, I think he should try to push for a win. Draw would be okay, possibly 2 on tie breaks, but we'll have to wait and see. 3 players with 6 points. Girls under 14, we have Lakshana Deepak with 7 points. Oh, looks like she won. I hadn't realized yesterday. Congratulations to Lakshana for winning this championship. So for girls under 14, she will get a WFM title for winning this. Nobody can catch up with her. I'm actually curious to see if she's gonna play or she's gonna give a draw in this section. We'll have to wait and see. All right, moving on to under 12, open under 12, we have Ted. Ted is Ted is the Ted show. You guys remember from yesterday, Ted show. I was super excited, very happy for him. I don't know him, but I was happy for his results. Like I said, it just seemed that it's no matter the position, he was finding his way to win, and that's something kind of nice to see. All right, and then there are quite a few others who are trying to catch up and finish second. Danthamen Crow. Hey Sabina, I saw you rated Katie a few times. Thanks for that. Yeah, of course. Katie is very nice. I don't think we've talked that much. We only met as kids. She was a bit younger than me in national championships, but yeah, she's very nice. I need to, after this and after World Rapid and Blitz, I need to find some way to do some collaborations maybe. So we'll see whom I will collaborate with. Amy had a tough loss yesterday, and now is Lacey and Amy with 6 points. Both of them have, oh, and Ashley too, of course, because Ashley, yeah. Wait, Amy drew yesterday, right? She saved that. She lost in the morning, yeah. Okay, so what have we got here? 3 players with 6 points. There's gonna be definitely a lot of fights here for girls. For girls under 12. No, I'm not Georgian. I'm from Romania originally, but I saw Katie at many European championships because Europe, because Europe. Some of the players withdrew or something. Okay, Sasha Milo had some nice games. I remember. I hope he's okay. So Steven is on 7 points. He still has to try hard now this final round because he could get caught up by these 2 players. All right. Okay, I'm getting into the games. Don't you worry. This is just like a fine review. All right. Grace is leading with 6.5 in the girls under 10. And she's playing against Ella Zhang, who's going to try to win and get the title. All right. It's going to be a tough fight, I think. In open under 8, we have Milo Su playing against Yilanli Mehmet and Grayson playing against Chen Winston. Okay, those two games top boards are kind of important, but I think we only see the first one. We won't know what happened on the second until it's actually over. And lastly, let's see what we got here. Oh, all right. So Sarah is leading the tournament with 7 points. Elizabeth unfortunately lost yesterday. She had a tough loss yesterday, and she's finishing. If she wins her game, maybe she can catch Sarah, depending on what happens there. But with a draw, I think Sarah's the champion. For these girls, by the way, for under 8 and 10, they get the title of Woman Candidate Master if they win and such. And that concludes our recap. And now you guys get the chance to see me again. Let's hope it doesn't freeze. No, it didn't freeze. Yes, I'm back. I am back, in case you wanted to see my face, because I couldn't figure out how to do it. Otherwise, it would have looked kind of strange on this tiny little place that we had available. So I decided to just put the standings like that to make it easier for everyone. But yeah, now we're back. You can see me. Good morning, in case you haven't seen me yet. Hope you're having a great morning, or good afternoon if you are somewhere else watching, rooting for someone, or just here to say hi. Check out some cool games. All right, so let's get into the games right now. So Aaron is already the champion. I already congratulated him. Looks like they played the Canal. Okay, and then he offered the draw. He's the champion. And Lingxi Zhu accepted. I'm curious, how many results do we have? I'm just gonna go really fast to see. I think that's the only one. I don't think others are gonna accept draws that fast, guys. Yeah. No, ain't happening. Good, good. We want to see some fighting chess today. Although maybe it would be nice to have a shorter day. Just kidding. I want to be here with you guys. I want to be here. All right, so we have a Ruy Lopez exchange, later capturing c3, chosen by Donald. Bishop takes and d4. Okay, I think this is still theory. You have to go back because they're threatening, of course, to take the bishop. And knight f5. Under 8 and 1700. Yeah. Some of these kids are amazing. Their ratings are pretty high. So this is the current position. It's a playable position. We'll see if Donald will be able to outplay his opponent and try to get second place. Aditya on his own, he has the black pieces. So if you compare these two players, because both Donald and Aditya are trying to share, to fight for the second place, it's a bit tougher to fight for the second place with the black pieces, but I feel that Aditya is gonna try his best. His opponent chose the exchange variation of the Slav though, so that's not necessarily the most helpful kind of defense to play in order to have some chances for win. Now I gotta tell you this, this could be just my opinion, okay? So just keep in mind, these are my opinions, and my opinions only. Under no circumstance do I say they're the best. But in my mind, if you're playing with the black pieces in a final round and you have to try to push for a win, I think you should have some backup opening that does not allow your opponent to keep a symmetrical pawn structure. This is my view. I've had sometimes to actually prep last minute some preparation. I had to do last minute preparation before the game to prepare something that would actually change the character of the game, because I did not want to play something that was symmetrical. And exchange variation in the Slav, it's hard to play for a win in my opinion with the black pieces, but of course anything can happen. It depends what your opponent wants to do and such, but to my mind, I think it's important to have some backup opening that would actually change a bit the character of the position. And to give you an example, of course, the most famous example that I've had is um, in the US Women's Championship, the one that I won 7 years ago. I know, long time. But I used to play the Queen's Gambit, and my opponent was playing the Exchange Variation. And okay, that's a pretty playable thing, but I decided to change for the final round. It was a bit of a surprise for her. I mean, I had played the Nimzo before, but I just felt that Nimzo would give me more chances because the position wasn't symmetrical, and I could have more opportunities to try to play for a win. So I think that is something that you want to consider when having to play, for a win. It's not an easy task, but um, that is just my opinion. Oh, Evan is playing on top board. Great to see Evan back again. He plays against Zoe, so that's a tough opposition. Evan played on a live board in the first round against Aaron, and he put a lot of fight, so that was impressive. And of course, I know Evan because he lives in the same city as I do. Very nice family. Okay, so he goes for a Tarash or semi-Tarash. Queen takes. Bishop g5. Bishop h4. Knight c6. Okay. So here, let's see what he has prepared. He can go queen b6, maybe bishop e6, possibly bishop g4. Black needs to find a way to get rid of the isolated pawn eventually, so we'll see what line Evan will choose to go for. So far it's still out of the opening. In Andrew against Nitesh. Alright, we had a sissy. Sicilian e6. Okay, still early. I want to see some spiciness. Although in the final round, you either see something dramatic happening or you see some safe approaches because, it's the final round. You want to go home with some good thoughts. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to take a picture of this. I wish I could show you guys, but I have the share, so you guys won't be able to see it. But my cat is right behind me. She's right behind me. She has a cat tree, one of those that you climb, and she is watching me. She's watching the stream. I haven't seen her do that before. I have not seen her do that before. It's crazy. Regina, what are you doing? She does occasionally when I stream, but she just goes up there and then she leaves. But now, Regina is actually sitting there very quietly and watching the stream. Regi. Okay. It's cute, but I can't show you. Sorry. I had to keep the US Chess logo for now. I'll post it on Instagram, so you definitely should follow me on Instagram, and then you'll see her. Okay. So we've got the French Sicilian something, I don't know what to call this kind of setup. Knight a6. Interesting. Seems pretty fine. Looks like Ethan was well prepared in this because look at the time difference. Look at the time difference. Black's position is pretty fine. This is more advanced, but it also could be a weakness and does close the bishop in g2. We're threatening to develop the bishop out. Rook e8. Black has a pretty okay position coming out of the opening. What was this, a Sicilian? So this is board 1 in the under 16. The Khan. Queen g4 line. Okay. So here you can take in g7, and then there's rook g8, queen h6, rook takes g2, and I think, is it rook takes g2, or maybe it's, is it bishop f2 maybe better? Maybe bishop f2, because if you take back, then there's knight g4. So black gets the pawn back, and scary kind of position, I'd say. This would not be the kind of position I would want to get into. So yeah, just to keep that in mind. Okay. Queen g3. Is black gonna castle? Probably. Knight c3. Get this knight out, right? Or d6. And the nice thing about the bishop in a7 is that it can go back to b8, but I'm not the most knowledgeable about further theory in this line, so we'll come back. Steven has chosen the canal. Knight f6, castle a6, okay. And he's got a bit more time than Ronan, so I don't know where could have Ronan been surprised, or maybe they made a few more moves, and Ronan is figuring things out. It seems a bit surprising to me that he's behind that much time in that position. Okay, we have some Taimanov Sicilian here. Okay. White's has the small edge from the opening. We have a French. Okay, I like that we actually have fighting chess, like regardless, you know, it's fight. Ooh. Oh, this is what wait. Knight takes d4. You don't see this move very often. Queen a5. Okay, this is a new thing. This is a new thing. I never played this line for black, so I need a minute. Queen a5. Interesting. A3 takes 60. And b4. And b4, and we'll take back. Okay, okay. We'll have some decent fight after that game for sure. This what is this? QGD or oh, Nimzo. Nimzo, this one with bishop d2, right? This white's bishop is gone. Totally missed the fact that bishop was gone when I saw that position. Okay, all right. So plans are either minority attack or something with f3 for white. This was a Reno Paris. Yeah. Theory. A4, bishop b7. You have to play bishop b7. You have a couple of choices here with black. Rook b8, b4, or bishop b7. I think rook b8 and bishop b7 are the kind of the main ones. I like bishop b7 a bit better because maybe, who knows, white is so kind to take in b5 soon, and then you can trade the rooks. Yep. This was, what was this, Italian? Or Italian gioco. Oh, bishop e7. Bishop e7, okay. And typically you see bishop c5 or knight f6. Bishop e7 is more rare. I think it's called the Hungarian or something. d4, knight f6. Okay, transposes to some simple-ish line. I mean, What to expect in this position? What would we expect? Expect white to have a slightly better position. Like maybe take the queen out to d3, d2, bring the rook in. Hold on to the center a bit. Maybe we'll see some pawn pushes with f4, f5. Was this Caro? Oh, Sicilian, okay. Grossolimo. Yeah, this is something I always tell every single time I do commentary. And you see two pawns in the center like this in the Sicilian, you go d5. And Ted, we got Ted, the man. The Ted show, remember? I was impressed with his play throughout. So let's see whether he manages to win this game too. If he does, hopefully he stops by the stream so he can get a proper congratulations by me, or someone tell him that I was very impressed with his play. I mean, for 12-year-olds, you know, he's done great. A6. Yeah, chasing that bishop away doesn't do much. We're expecting some bishop d3, I think, and kind of has to go maybe. I don't know if you'll put this rook or the other rook. This doesn't work right now, okay, because you're losing material. But at some point, this is what you want to get without allowing them to take. You basically want to have a rook in c8 so you can take back with the rook. So it's an idea that you want to keep in mind, right? So I think we're going to see some bishop d3. Of course, white can also go to f1. No big deal threatening some rook b1, but black would love to somehow stabilize this weakness in c3, take control over the c4 square and put some pressure. And at some point, black also has ideas with f6 to break through the position, but he's not going to rush with that because technically once you play f6, if the trade happens, the file opens up. Depending on how you recapture, that pawn could remain weak. What did we have here? QGD, finally? Finally, QGD, exchange variation. Development, and this is my, it used to be my pet line. I was calling it my pet line. I had quite a bit of wins in this line. But you need to know which move order to play it in. Here. Yeah, this, and I think a lot of people are actually playing here long castle with white, because if you traded the dark square bishop, it's a bit harder to play f3, e4. So here, if you castle long, then you actually can try to play some g4, you know, h4, h5, and start focusing on a kingside attack. So depending on how black plays, you have the opportunity to castle short, and just then you can go for a minority attack, or you can castle long and be more aggressive. But it looks like Jashid decided to go for the short castle, and it will be quite a game. Sicilian. Like, this is an interesting Sicilian. Bishop e7. I think d6 is normal. Both players are developing. I mean, they're getting a game. I like that they're getting games. There's nothing nothing super sharp just yet in these games that I've seen. Is this one of those French defenses? Yeah, with queen takes d5. And here's interesting. So white allows black to capture this pawn in the center, but they will get it back with bishop c4. You go back, and eventually after castle they go knight b3 and take it back. As for black, you have to figure out the setup because you've played the queen quite a bit of time. Hi Jeffrey, welcome. So, you know, you gotta go back and you can choose. I've attempted this queen c7 idea myself after a6, of course, because if you go queen c7 too soon, there will be some attacks at some point. They're not right now because the bishop is hanging, but at some point. So you need to be secure. Bishop e3, queen c7, and now bishop d6, hitting this pawn. And, you know, if I'm not mistaken, Sometimes white can even let you take it, like play this move and let you take it, but okay, that's not happening in this game, h3. This check is can be sometimes useful, you know, because you give the check, white's king goes to h1, and then we got this pressure on the h file, okay? So we have this pressure, which means that now that the bishop goes back, at some point we could have ideas to go h5, knight g4 or something like that. Why is chess so hard? Aw, what happened, Jeffrey? What made you say that? What made you say that, Jeffrey? Why is chess so hard? I don't know why it is. What it is, I agree with you, but did you have some tough, did you get a tough loss or something? You keep losing to teenagers. You and me both, man. You and me both. I lost to a 12-year-old last this year. No, this year I think I didn't lose to 12-year-olds. No, last year. Listen, for me, when I lost to a 12-year-old last year, it was a wake-up call. I realized that I should stop thinking so highly of myself and of my knowledge, and I need to hit the books. You know, I need to get to study my openings again, get to work on chess, you know, improve my calculation again, improve my positional understanding, you know, review my openings. This is basically what you kind of have to do, because if you don't do this, kids these days have access to so much more information than we did. I don't know how old you are, but they have so much more information than I did growing up. I gotta tell you that. Like, I'm telling you with all my heart. I feel that they are having way more access, and if they focus on it, they can definitely, you know, get a lot of knowledge. It's not that we couldn't growing up, or I couldn't, but there was a bit less access. There was no computers were just coming up. All the data wasn't really put easily accessible, and yeah, so unfortunately, like, you know, I didn't get as much as maybe I would have wanted. So yeah, like, 1 second. So basically, to me, it's really important to understand that if you want to get better, you need to put in the time. Like, that's the thing, you know. So also, don't look at them that they're kids, because now that age actually never mattered in chess, but now even more, age doesn't matter as much in chess, because, you know, like, it's just a number. Its age is just a number. Chess can be played at all ages. The thing is how much time you get to put in chess and how serious you are about it. Because sometimes, because it's kids, they might not be as serious, but some could be. But if you are serious yourself and you're actually putting in the time and the parts in the areas that you need to improve, I think, you know, you're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. Just put in the time, and remember, don't look at the age, don't look at the number. Focus on the game, and definitely put in the time. Because I'm telling you, I did not. I thought, well, come on, you know, yeah. And have confidence in yourself, but put in the work. Okay, this game, I think they're just this game looks quite good for white. All right, let's catch up with the girls section. So in the girls section, Jasmine was leading the tournament. She She actually won the tournament, right? She's gonna get the title of Women's International Master. Let me confirm 1 second. Ah, she still has a draw. She still needs a draw, possibly. She possibly still needs a draw because there's another player with 6 points. There's another player with 6 points. But yeah. And I gotta say, she's 14 years old. And she's winning the under 18. So that's quite impressive. Okay. So let's see what we got here. The Grunfeld. The Grunfeld. Ooh. Angelina is set for a tough fight, but still, like, I don't know. E5, D5. The castle. What are we thinking here? I try not to look at their age, but when they start, oh, come on. Just don't look at them at all. Just play your game. Don't focus on that. Just play your game, okay? Play your game. It's hard. It's hard. I know it's hard. But listen. You can do it. Let's catch up with board 2. Let's catch up with this. What have we had here? Sicilian, close Sicilian, bishop d7. Sophie against Ananya. All right, Ananya's back. I didn't even realize she was playing. She got back. It's nice to see her. I didn't realize she was on second board. Let me confirm. Are these boards correct? Yeah, she was on second board. Oh, okay. She has 4 points, but you know, it would be nice for her to try to win this round. It would be nice if she does. What have we got here? F4, bishop g7, a3. A3. Just to stop knight b4, I guess. Okay. Still early. Still early to tell. I actually logged in last day. I logged in quite close to the time that the game started too, just to make sure I could share the standings and everything. I just wanted to make sure that we're not missing any bit of anything. Because in the past, I would stay a bit longer before going live to get a few more moves. Because sometimes it's tough, like just follow move by move, you know. So we had this exchange variation in the Caro-Kann, and I finally see this line. I was saying yesterday that I did not see this line being played. Finally I see it, yeah. So the whole idea, it's kind of funny that h5 is better than h6 for black here. Can you believe that? When I first saw it, I was like, really? h5? Aren't they gonna totally crush me with g4? And the truth is no, because actually h6 will give white, not right now, but eventually, the possibility to sack in h6. But when you go h5, they don't have that possibility. And then sometimes g4 can be met with h4, and even if you lose the pawn, they don't actually open up a file. That's the cool thing about this this system, and I know it looks suspicious, but you have to trust the process. White usually castles long, and typically I've seen short castle, but here they castle long. Black brings the knight to f8 to make sure that h7 is covered, and then there will be some queenside attack while white will attack the kingside. So king d1, there's still quite a few games here being played. I'm not sure if it was fine for white to give up the pawn. I think people usually go c4 because they want to meet b5 with d5. I think this is what I've seen. But knight f4 seems to make black's life a bit easier. Whom am I rooting for in this tournament? There are so many players. I mean, of course, I have a few students, so I was rooting for those. I have a few former students, so I'm rooting for those as well. Although, you know, there's reasons why we stopped working together, but no hard feelings there. No hard feelings. As a coach, you should want the best for your students, and whether they choose to continue working with you or they choose another path for whatever reason, you know, you just want them their best, unless, you know, something really bad happened. But I wouldn't say it on stream, especially not on this dual stream with US Chess. I have to be careful here. You won't catch me. But it's a secret who they are, though. I have occasionally let it slip in my commentary who they are. I usually say the former ones because it doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, the current ones, I haven't talked about them as much. They're not, unfortunately, on top places, but they've progressed a lot ever since we started working together, and I know they have, you know, a long way to go, but they're on the right path. So yeah, but I've shared some of the former students that I worked with that I saw they're doing pretty well. Like Ananya was one of those players that I worked with in the past. Ronan was one that I worked in the past, and I was super happy for him to lead the tournament and everything. Always good feelings about him and his family. They're so nice. He actually has a brother too who's also playing chess, and we still talk occasionally. So and he drew me. He drew me last year. So, you know, like, no hard feelings there. It's of course a bit of hard feeling that I didn't get to win, but it's nice to see their progress. So yeah, my current students right now, there's 3 others who play. And then there are a few that I worked with for World Youth or World Cadets, and I did mention those. So, you know, Aliat, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Final round representing here. I wish I could show you guys, maybe in a break. I'll post on my social media what's happening behind me. My cat is watching. She's watching the stream. Well, she's sleeping right now, but yeah, who's counting that? G4. Should we go H5? Because I'm tempted to. I don't want to open up the board. I think H4 will be played. Doing well. Last day of work before then, and then I'm off to New York for work again. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it, Elliot. Last day of commentary before I need to clean up this whole house somehow. No, I first have to teach. Then I have to clean up the whole house and pack for New York, and then go and hope that the 3 days that I have before World Rapid and Blitz are gonna be sufficient for me to review some openings. Yeah, that's gonna be very fun. It's gonna be very fun. And I didn't think to get. Well, I'm gonna ask some help from someone, but I don't know if I really will get it because I didn't really hire any coach or anything for real. But I mean, I'm supposedly maybe getting help. I'm not sure. I need to be nice for that, I guess. I have no jacket, so my Christmas present to myself will be buying a jacket in New York. Until then, I'll be freezing. So hopefully by the time I get the jacket, I won't be frozen. I do have some jacket, but I don't think it's warm enough for New York. This position is quite all right, if I may say. I like both sides' chances. I mean, I played this with both colors. Still a game. Still a game. What was this? So Erin is trying to win the girls under 16 section. Center gambit. Okay, we've seen this line yesterday or 2 days ago. Takes, queen d3. Wait, queen d3 is the move here? Yeah, queen d3, bishop f5. Yeah. Yep, this is it. Whom do I like here? Black needs to support some c5 eventually. This bishop oftentimes stays there and you need to find a way to get it into play. Ah, this line. Almost no one makes... Well, that's why I'm telling you. Like, you can't play the same way as you were maybe playing a few years back. With the computers, you just have to. You have to put in the work. You can't think that you're doing as great as you did a few years ago if you didn't really put in the work. I'm serious about heating the books. Like, you just... That's an expression, by the way. I don't actually mean heat a book, right? Just get on studying. Get on studying your openings, understand the ideas, do tactics in those openings, and you'll know them better. I mean, it's rare that you see opening blunders these days. That's true. Like, much less. I have fallen for one. It's actually funny because I was talking to someone the other day, and they told me that they are sure that I have a lot of blunders in openings because I'm not so knowledgeable. And I was so mad, and I was like, no, I got none. Here, look. And I totally forgot that I had one that I lost in 7 moves. Yeah, it was a blitz online though, so I'm just gonna pretend that I was tired and I lost, and yeah. Never mention that again. We all have them. Plenty of you watched your games or my games? Whose games are you talking about, Aliat? Mine or yours? Your games? I didn't see any of your games, did I? I don't know what your username is. I mean, I know what your username is here. I don't know what your username is with the games. Actually, I really don't know what your username is. Okay. Nothing too fancy here. Ooh, we've seen some blunders. Let's figure out what's going on here. I see a red. Do you really think I'm creative enough to have more than one username? Probably. I don't know. Probably. I would have another username. I'm not very creative with usernames. I had another one, but then they asked us to put our name in it, so I was like, whatever, just put my full name. So yeah, now I just have my full name everywhere. I feel like I need some fancy name for some training. Everyone has this hidden account besides me. Wow, that's funny. Okay. Definitely not too creative, you're right. Queen d3. Not creative enough. It's technically creative because it's not you, it's just someone else. That's what they think. Why not? Is b5 really that bad here? b4, I mean? b4 seems the natural way to get rid. You should go get them. Doesn't this allow? What is happening here? Okay, I think white just panicked. White went panic mode. What is the defense though? Is this a defense or no? Because a knight f2. There's no way to stop knight f2? No, we won't see a smothered mate, but what is white's defense here? There's an opening mistake here, Jeffrey. They listened to you, so they made one. I don't know what the move is, because like b4, b4, here, maybe this is what had to be played. Takes, and maybe white can try to get some compensation over there, but yeah. Knight d4 just gives up that pawn, and knight f2 hasn't been really stopped. Okay, but knight f2 still hasn't really been stopped, so she's losing the exchange. Okay, she wanted to take in g7. I mean, if I were black, I would just castle for fun. Oh, apparently it's the best move. Hmm. Okay, that was a big mistake for white. That was tough. It's tough to find the defense there, though. Because she probably thought the knight only comes to f5, might have forgotten about g4, you know. I mean, the worst case you can play h3 to go king h2, you know, if knight f4, you can always go king h2 to stop that. Just as an idea. I mean, of course, it's not the way you should proceed, but okay. So we had another Sicilian, Taimanov. Yep. I think this is all theory, or not. Ah, okay, they went for the end game. I noticed Rowan was often going for end games in this tournament, but she's got a good feel. She's got a good feel for end games because she always gets these slightly better end games, and then it's a matter of how she proceeds further. I think this might have gotten some opening thing as well. So we have the Tarsh of the Sicilian Tarsh variation with f6. Yeah, so with black, Lakshana, by the way, is the champion also, and she gets the Woman FIDE Master title. In these pawn structures, you kind of have to play f6 with black because there's nothing else that you can attack on this side of the board, and you're kind of crammed up with this knight in d7. So this is quite typical. And then you usually see a short castle for black at some point. There it is. Queen b8. This is suspicious. Why did she play queen b8? What's wrong with getting the rook out? Okay, this is a bit surprised by this decision, but okay. Okay, the position is still pretty much fine, I'd say. It's pretty much fine here. Knight d7. The girls are battling it out. No draws that we've seen so far. In the open, there was one. But okay. He was already the champion. So he was just securing his championship and international master title. I like it. I like this. This is also similar to Queen's, no, this Semislav slash Meran. But typically you see the bishop in g5, but here we see it in f4, so yeah. It's a similar kind of pawn structure. This knight is in g3 though, not c3. When you have it in c3, you actually have options to go d5 and kind of block down that side of the board so you can focus towards the king. But in this case, with the knight in g3, it actually could be useful for further attacks. So we'll see what happens there. Audrey against Lily. Cecilia. Oh, Nydorf. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. A5. Rook c1. Rook c1 is always has often been surprising for me when I see people making this move. But the idea is at some point you move the knight, whether you go to d5 or back, and then this pawn is to be covered, and sometimes they even go c4. But usually I've seen this rook, but here if you go with this other rook to c1, I think you might allow, I don't know how good this is, but something, maybe not this. But this, you're leaving that pawn weak. Here maybe there's knight d5. Is it? Is there? Probably not. Takes. Takes. Here. No. Black is fine. No 95, but maybe you just don't care about that pawn. Okay, we've had some reds. Let's check out the reds. Okay. Exchange variation. So if you guys remember, right, in the other game, queen c2 was played here. And then black has the opportunity to go knight h5. And this kind of forces the trade of the bishop. So once you trade, queen takes, and if white chooses, first they usually play knight e7 followed by long castle. This is typically how you play with white, while black will have to bring this knight back into play, whether it's g6 or going back. But if we're looking at this, knight e2 was played. Now knight h5 is still a possibility. You still have to trade the bishop, queen takes. And now actually I think there's g4 first, to knight f6, and knight g3. White can play this. It's a bit more aggressive than the other line, but it leads to similar positions. But looks like black chose not to trade the dark square bishops. Castle. Queen d2 and c5. c5. What's wrong with c5? Isn't that knight in h5 trapped? Doesn't black need to do something with this knight in h5? I'm actually surprised this knight was played here, because typically this is the knight that goes played there. Huh. Okay, this is suspicious. Wait. So knight f6, f3, c5. Okay, we can take. Okay, that's normal. But what about g4? Can we go g4? Like, how is black planning to save the knight? I need to know. Do you guys see any way? Because I don't. I don't. I mean, this. Okay, you're weakening a big tier king, but a piece, guys, a piece is a piece. Don't trust your opponents like that easily. Okay, c1 still g4, like g4 traps the knight. Okay, you can sack, sure. Okay, okay, sure. You're sacking there. Okay, good for you. Let's trade. Let's trade this bishop. Take. You know, you're gonna lose some more stuff. Why did Liliana not go for that? Why was she afraid? Again, g4. Come on, girl, just do it. Oh, she didn't do it. She played knight e4. No, come on, Liliana. Oh, I don't know her, but I just like, oh, I feel bad. She has her chance to win the night. But this is something you have to be mindful, guys. You gotta go. If your opponent gives you material, you gotta go and take it. I mean, think about it. 94, and basically what happens here is that she traded a knight, and now her opponent's gonna take back with this knight. And you remember the knight you're gonna win? It's gone, and you didn't win it, and you just traded some stuff. You know, I sad, sad story. Let's see how Amy's doing. Jeffrey was interested. I did work with Amy twice actually for preparation for some Pan American and World Youth. Recently, she actually got a silver medal in World Youth under World Cadets under 12. So girls under 12. She's played really well, and I love her fighting spirit. I told her, I remember before the round, I was like, listen, you can get a medal. You can get a medal, silver or bronze. I remember I told her that. Just make sure that you play cautiously. If you can get the win, of course you're gonna go for it, right? Because you're gonna get silver. But if not, please don't over push. If you're not sure, you're not confident, like you can't see, because you get bronze, and that will be good for you. She was looking at me like like I was talking from another planet. I could see it in her eyes. She really wanted the silver. But I just, as a coach, like, of course, I also think about her future, and I'm like, I know how easily in the split of a second you can just make a blunder, and in chess it is like that, sometimes heartbreaking. You make a blunder and your medal is gone forever. um and I remember I stayed up the whole time watching her game, and because it was I don't know, it was early for me, but I woke up to watch the games, and um she did win. I was very proud. She's not my personal student or anything. It was just for the period of the tournament, but um I was very proud of her because, she she played with confidence, and she won. So, yeah. And of course, I gotta say, thankful to US Chess for giving me the opportunity to be one of the coaches for that tournament. It's always nice to work with girls and inspire future generations. You kind of past your prime. You maybe could have done better, who knows? Maybe you can still, but still being able to kind of to support others, it's always, it makes you feel good. So what have we got here? Black's attacking. Grace is going for the attack. White doesn't have much on the king side. I have a feeling this game will finish in Black's favor very, very soon. It's very hard to defend once you push these 3 pawns like that. It's just too hard. It's too hard. This was what opening? Alapin? Okay. Alapin Sicilian. Theory. Or less theory. Wait. I don't know about rook e1. Usually, I thought it was queen e2 that people were playing here. But rook e1, a6, and knight c3. Okay, probably transposes to something similar. But it's actually nice that the rook is here, because, you know, now the rook can take in e5, because oftentimes people take like this, and then with this pawn structure, it's kind of hard to expect much for white. But if you take with the rook, you know, you still have some chances to, like, you have connected pawns and more space for rook lift and attacks, and then you got this bishop that can switch to this diagonal, bishop b3, bishop c2, and you maintain the center. Try to avoid breaks. Bishop b2, I don't know how much I like it. I feel that d2 could... it's just actually not ideal. Would she have to go back to e1? Couldn't she hold... Couldn't she keep the rook here, maybe? No, because maybe bishop g5 and trades. Okay, what about queen g3, bishop d6? What about bishop f4? Still bishop d6. We got no sacrifices. Okay, so I guess this position is still quite equal. The queen needs to move. Maybe here. I wish there were some sacrifices in e6, but nothing to my knowledge. And we have an endgame here. What opening was this? Oh, Queen's Gambit accepted. So this is girls under 8. Knight takes, knight f3, f6. Good development for both sides. Okay. Alright, so both of them are controlling the center. Both of... I feel like maybe, but then king takes. Maybe white should just go back. You know what I like? Knight back and knight c4. Not to the taste of the engine. What about knight c3? It's somehow black got an okay position. It's hard to come up with something concrete. Bishop b8, knight a5. I don't see anything wrong with this move. I think the knight can come back to c5 next, and white would be fine here. But she chose not to take it. Look at, in a few moves, this knight from d5 ended up to e1, right? This is not ideal. This is not the ideal placement of a knight. At least you got rid of it. That's nice. And now it's opposite color. What? King d2? Why not rook d1? And then go back and then b3. She probably, yeah, she wanted the king in c2. Okay, it's slightly inferior, this position, but if black plays d3, I think Sarah wants to go king c3. She's gonna keep that solid, and probably now she wants to go rook d1 to attract that. It will be hard for her to get this part of development done, but maybe she'll find a way. Maybe she'll find a way to get that done. It's not super easy, but I think eventually she can do it. Okay, well, looks like we've reviewed everything so far. I think I'm gonna take a short break. Welcome back, everyone. Regina has moved. I can't show her anymore, but if you're following my social media, I have posted a video. You can check out the Insta post. All right, what have we missed in the break? Let's catch up with the players' games and see where we stand. I don't think there was any other result, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. If there was any result on the top. I know that there's gonna be a great fight for the top places, so that is definitely sure thing, but we don't know about the save the queen. What queen? Regina? Where is she? I don't know where she is. But she's not up there anymore. She's a cutie. But she took the opportunity that I got up so that she could ask for more treats. It's very typical of her. She knows when to ask for treats in the right moment. Yeah. Oh, that was surprising. Anyways, so what have we got here? Let's catch up. Regina, mommy's working now. Royalty can be so demanding. Yeah, tell me about it. Okay, so queen e6. And what's happening here? Donald's down a pawn, but he has some pressure on the e file and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this position. He might get some attacks in. This pawn is still weak, keeps black's rook passive, but still, you know, something to be seen. What else have we got here? So Aditya is trying to win this game, but I told you I wasn't quite sure about the possibility of playing for a win and this, but what kind of line is this where he sacks white sacks the queen? Because I need to know it. So queen b7, knight a5, queen a8, queen takes a8, bishop takes d6. So what did we sacrifice the queen for? A rook and a bishop and a pawn. Rook, bishop, and pawn. And black doesn't castle. Knight c4, bishop c4, dc4. It still seems like Aditya is more familiar with this position than Richard, because he does have plenty more time. But I mean, I couldn't tell you exactly what the. But at least he got what he wanted. I mean, think about it. He needs to try to play for a win, right? To try to share second. So he's getting that. It's getting that chance right now. So okay, this is a game that will be quite interesting. I mean, personally, I'm a bit familiar with material imbalances that involve not having a queen, but It's still difficult. It's still difficult to figure things out. If you can build up some attacking ideas with black, you're definitely going to be better, but we'll have to see. This position is still so symmetrical. Evan is doing great so far. I hope he can maintain that. E5. Why is black rushing for e5? Doesn't that just... What happens if we take? That's the first thing we should see. Do we actually lose a piece after this? Queen g5 allows the capture, yeah, and then queen g7, rook g8, then black is okay. What about knight c6? Takes, takes. No, this should be good for black. Takes, takes. So what's the best move here for white? Because it shouldn't be something that loses on the spot. Like, what about knight f7? Knight f7, at least we take a pawn. Takes, takes. Takes the bishop, we take the bishop, they take the pawn. Okay, this is a playable kind of position. This knight looks trapped though, so it's definitely something to avoid. I mean, let's not take the pawn. I know is the first instinct that you have is, you know, you're trying to see, can I take the material? But here there's not much, so okay. e5, queen g3. I like queen g3. And black castles. Maybe. No, knight h5. Meh. Sad. What do we do after castle? Yeah, now wait, now can we take? Because after bishop d6 we got f4, right? Right? Right. Or maybe they take. But then we take. Yeah. White will have an extra pawn, but black will have some advancement in development. So white's good after queen g3, slightly better position. We'll have to see how this game pans out. What's been going on over here? I think Iris is definitely trying to win. She's the highest rated player of the two. Oh wow, look at this beautiful idea. Not knight b2, what? Is knight b2 the best, or is it bishop b2? Oh no, bishop b2 we take here, sorry, my bad. Maybe b5 first, and then takes. That would give black a bit of initiative with pushing those pawns forward. Okay, knight b2 was played. Alright, b5, so you're transposing to the same kind of situation. Now you have to move the bishop, you have to put pressure in a5. Okay, knight c4, very nice. Looks like black is doing great at this point. He sacked an exchange, but these pawns are menacing. They start pushing forward quite easily. Queen c8, not quite ideal. And what did black miss in this position? What did black miss? Was it... Could he have pushed? Because the rook in b1 doesn't really stop black from pushing those pawns. And we gotta take every single step that we can to try to advance them forward. So black missed the opportunity to push them then. And now, okay, he has to protect the knight before pushing b4. Black is slightly better and is doing better with time. This is going to be a tough one to defend for Iris. We'll be back with this game as well. Okay, the bishop should go back. Maybe not there. Wait, do you guys think queen g7? No, there's no way queen g7 works. King g, rook g8. Could white sack the piece like that? No. I doubt it, right? Yeah, then g2 is hitting me f2. No, no, no. Yeah, so the bishop needs to move to move back. Maybe to d2. Maybe just not trade. There's no need to trade this bishop in a7. That doesn't do much, you know? Just go to d2 and eventually you can castle long, I think, and put pressure on the d file. This is a typical kind of position you get from that closed Sicilian canal attack. Not much damage has been caused here, but b5 is kind of helpful. Black is creating some kind of counterplay. Definitely takes back like this to stop the knight from going to c4, and black's having a pretty good position. I'm puzzled by this position because I can't tell who's better. I can't tell. I don't like white's bishop in g3. Maybe white should go king h1. But does black have a threat here? Clearly has something that I'm missing. So apparently that's not. Is it bishop c4 and trade the bishop? Okay, so now we need to be careful actually with white. Black's trying to trade the bishop because so that was the maneuver, but since I didn't go back, I totally forgot what just happened. Black's brought the bishop to b3 to trade it off in c4 because that's black's bishop from the Sicilian, the bad one. So now you need to figure out what to do. How do you stop bishop c4? Well, you're taking g6. Just so that they don't trade. Okay, rook e1 makes sense. Bishop c4. Maybe bishop e1 is what white wants to play. Just keep the bishop. Wise. Wise. Still a game to be played there. White's following the right kind of plan, but black has the bishop pair, so once the position gets open, black will be fine. In that one. Looks like there were a few inaccurate decisions that were made by both colors here. So b3 was played with the idea that after take, he was gonna take here probably. Hi there, Jim. Hi there, Sebas. Yeah. Just so many interesting games that are kind of, no, unclear a bit for me at the moment. So they're fighting for medals in a lot of these top boards. Takes. The thing is that there's queen e1, so that's why queen e1 knight c6. Sorry, no. But b4 takes. There's some. What about takes? Like this is one option for white. Oh, what about d4? Oh, oh, I found America. d4. Oh, that looks so nice. Oh, tactics. Even in the morning is hard. Well, in the morning is the toughest ones. But d4, look at this beauty. Like, if you take now queen e1, check knight. If you take with the bishop, we take, and the same thing happens just the next move. And d4 is the move. Oopsie. Wait. I missed my analysis. Why did I miss my analysis? d4. Oh, so nice. Takes. And if you take now, ha ha ha. I was looking forward to that. Sorry about this weird noises I'm making here. I get sometimes very excited about some positions that when I see some ideas that took me a while to see. But yeah, like okay, so this is kind of a nice tactical idea that can happen in this position for white. So takes, and knight f6 was played, but now white doesn't have those opportunities because the e file didn't open up. And they, yes, indeed made it. What? Black has a long? Why? No, come on. b4, b5 is just gonna be an easy pass for white here. Of course, white wants to take this pawn, and this is the whole idea. But come on, you can't do that. Maybe bishop b6 will lose this. Okay, not bishop b6. Just a moment. Loading. The correct move here for this would be good. No, this I think. I'm just thinking maybe d6 and try to keep that bishop trapped and maybe hold on to the pawn. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but castle is a bit suspicious to me. b4, bishop a7, c4. Look at that. White's plan is just going smoothly. And there's no way you can open up. c5, very good found by Alexander. And yeah, white is slightly better here. Rook c1, why not rook d1? Or maybe why not rook takes a2? Rook takes a, yeah, rook takes a2 seems fine. Everything's covered. Rook c1 allowed this cutesy kind of move. Rook takes d2. And when you take queen takes e4, hitting g2, now we're threatening mate. And you need to put something in between. f3 does not work because we take, and this will be an issue for white. So you have to play c6. Then now you have to give the exchange back, which white seems to have done. And now we have this position where white's attack, at least some of white's attacking pieces are gone. So it's a bit harder now for white to really build the attack further. But yeah, like maybe queen takes a2 and needs to regroup for the attack. This bishop stayed out of play, so white messed up a bit of his advantage. We'll be back to that game. This position seems kind of fine. Kind of fine for white. Better place pieces. Check this outpost out. Even though that castle queenside is dubious, I like it. It's not too easy for really? You think it was not too easy? What do you mean? You think this was not easy? Okay, I mean, you have to be careful, Jim, but still, I mean, okay, I mean, I can just take the pawn. You can't do the same thing here, you know? You can't do the same thing. I think here I can play f3. I think white just misplaced it, misplayed it. Jim, that's something you have to be mindful about. The king in there will be much weaker than it would have been if black had castled short side, in my opinion. Like it's just a bit difficult. Okay, so that game is good. What have we got here? Let's see. Is this Ted's show again? Rook b1. Okay. Normal piece placement, pushing on the queen side. Yes, h5, very good. Closing down, no attacks on the king side for white. And black needs to figure out what to do on the... This reminds me of his first game, where somehow his queen infiltrated and he won. It all started from there. That's where Ted made history with his tournament. So we'll see if he's managing to win this game too. It's still a long way to go, of course. Black is not that much better in that position, but I was impressed by he's played the most in the tournament. White's up a pawn. I'm surprised that the engine is not really... Well, the pawn will be captured back, actually. Yeah. Yeah. If that pawn wasn't captured back, if white had one more move, I thought it was white's turn. I thought it was white's turn, black's turn, but white's turn would have taken the rook, silly me. Yeah. Yeah, if the rook takes a3, I think black's fine. Is better than fine, is better. Rook endgame in this game. Possibly a draw. How difficult is this position for white to defend? Maybe just this and try to... Oh, this allows bishop e5. Oopsie. So this could be a threat. Bishop e5, rook d8, or long castle. White could play here to stop that check, but the problem is I'm worried about the king the most. I'm worried about that, but this is fine, right? White would save the position here. So what is black's very uncomfortable move? Is it bishop c6 to try to go bishop f3? This could be a bit annoying. If we play queen e3, I think there's rook h3, so... Okay, it's not so... What about bishop g5? Bishop g5 to stop the castle or rook d8. And then try to run away to the other side. At least we're stopping some stuff. If he plays f6, we might even consider the sacrifice. Or not. Maybe not. So bishop g5, f6. This is weakened the position a bit. Just a tad. Maybe can go here. If he goes e5 now, I'm gonna take. Now I'm definitely gonna take. I'll probably give you a few checks. And my king will run away. And black might be in danger. This is a very complicated position. This is very complicated. Because we have the king in the center, but then a lot of pieces in the way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Looks like this was a queen down position, and I'm not so sure. Not so sure black can win it. It may end in a draw. That's actually kind of nice. Oh, look at this mate. Let's see how this game finished. Oh, why did black play king d8? Oh, nice improvement of the position for white. Maybe black thought the king in d8 will be safe because there's a d pawn blocking and everything. But listen, if there are files open to a side or the other, your king will not be safe. Nice finish by white here. Very nice. Alright, so we kind of caught up at the top. Again, you know, we know this game ended in a draw. Aaron, the champion in the under 18, and gets the IM title. Congrats for that. Oh my god, what's happened here? I need to go to the girls section too, but check this out. They traded off to a rook endgame, and it seems that this is headed for a draw. Yeah, this is headed for a draw. There'll be trades. There will be trades. What's the best trade for black? I don't think we want to trade those. We could, but I don't think we should. I feel like we can just... Yeah, but if we bring the king... We don't succeed, I think. He might go there. Like, I was thinking to put the king more central first, because from here, you know, when this rook moves away from the 4th rank, I'll have the opportunity to improve through there. That was my plan. So, like, for example, you go here, and now we make these trades. Maybe somehow we can have the opportunity with black to even try something like this, but... What's this? This. We can do this. He will take it, he's in the box, so we can take it, and then we need to try to support the G pawn and bring the king in front. This should be a draw. It is black who's gonna try to draw it, but it should be a draw. Oh, looks like my move was played. Ah, he's attempting a couple of checks, but you know, if you give a couple of checks here and you get the king to g2, is it better for black to have the king here or maybe here? Ah, he's trying to chase the king away so that he can create his possible knight. Okay, smart move by white, by black. Definitely smart move by him. This game is still in progress with the queen, the one that was queen sack, if you guys remember. So it looks like white captured, they trade a pair of rooks. And now black is trying to create a bit of... Oh, they agreed on a draw. Huh. Okay, well, if they agreed on a draw and Donald draws, I think Donald will finish second and Aditya's third. We'll have to wait and see. Evan's having a slightly better position here, because it seems he was the first one who is taking over the C file and putting pressure here. White doesn't have any kind of attack. This is super protected. He just needs to make sure to do okay with the time. Time is a factor. It can cause trouble to some players as you're approaching the time control. I know some players are struggling with that occasionally, so not much has changed since we left off after Queen C5. Looks like black was able to push a bit those pawns forward, but he has to be mindful now how he advances further. For example, if you do this, I think, well, actually, I think I can even take it. Oh, no, sorry, the rook is the rook is protected. I think I'll take here. Sorry. I forgot the rook is protected. This, and then take. So you have to be mindful about the way you push. You can't go b4 because the knight is hanging, so you have to escape the pin first. Maybe something like this could happen, and then attempt some rook c5 to put additional pressure and then try to advance. This could be something he's trying to do. Iris could offer a draw, but the time difference, this is what scares me for white. The time difference, as black keeps improving the position, it's an easy play, and we'll have way more time. And at some point, Iris yesterday too, in that knight endgame, ended up, unfortunately for her, blundering an equal endgame, so it is definitely a bit hard now. Okay, so we had a trade here. Will we see this? Very likely the queen is coming to the defense, and yeah. Steven started the attack with f5, very typical against the Sicilian dragon setup. But he's gonna be able to build up a strong enough attack on the king side. At least he's doing better with the time there. I love this pawn in b4, keeping white's majority blocked here. I would typically get these types of positions from some King's Indian lines with c6 and somehow b5, and I would get that pawn advance so much. Or sometimes some English with reverse colors, and I was feeling quite confident with black with such a pawn. If you manage to actually not lose it and keep it super protected, white is the one that needs to make sure a2 is covered. Okay, did we check the girls? I feel like okay. All right. This is not a blunder, really. It's not really a blunder. Seems fine. Okay. Oh, he went for bishop g5, looks like, but he didn't go bishop f4. He played king here. And what's the deal if we take? What was white planning on doing? Just taking here or what? But couldn't black castle anyways? He would have castle. I don't like this. I feel like he should have gone back to with the bishop. Okay, this is a win, and okay. All right, let's catch up with the girl section. So Jasmine's position looks really good. She's definitely going for that Women's International Master now title. She gets the title if she wins this tournament. And she's got the position. White's king is way too weak here, and there's no attack that White has. I think she's gonna win that. Ananya is putting some pressure on her opponent. Sophie's on 6 points, so I think draw secures her second place. Yeah. Oh, wait. Wasn't White who made a mistake in this game? Is this for real? What? She just gave up the rook? I don't understand. That's a tough blunder. Bishop d7, bishop e1. Oh my goodness, this is a tough blunder. I mean, if she wants to go bishop e1, she can just go rook e1. Yeah. Finver, you're too much. You're too much. Oh man. Oh, I feel so bad. This is a heartbreaking blunder. It's a heartbreaking blunder. Bishop e1. Casual, hey. I look a bit tired. I got some sleep. I did, yeah. I was a bit more energized earlier, I think. But it's been working. I've been up for some time now. Been up for like 3-4 hours now, so yeah. 3 weeks of commentary, you know, that's what they'll do to you. You know, yesterday morning I put these eye masks on my eyes, and I called my grandma because I had a bit of time before going live, and she's like, what did you put on your eyes? It's like, Grandma, I just didn't want people to see that I'm tired, you know, and they're supposed to get rid of your dark circles temporarily. And she was like, oh, well, you should just sleep. I was like, okay, Grandma. And she said, well, I guess they did something. They did something to you. But this morning I forgot. See, I should have called her. She would have told me to put those eye masks again. Of course, I can put them on stream, but that would be too weird. So I won't do it. No, I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing good. I'm not tired. But I just feel bad. I just really feel bad about Bishop e1. Maybe on my private stream, like on my own on my own stream, when I don't stream on US Chess. On my own stream. No, I won't do that. It's too much. Someone's gonna clip it, and then I'll get a bed. If I'm tired, I usually don't stream. But I'm not. No, I promise I'm not. You won't clip? Hi, again. I'm having trouble believing people these days. I don't know. I just let the entire world know that I watched all 20 hours of stream. Not the stream, all 20 hours of 100 Endgames You Must Know by John. And just to make sure nobody else clipped it, I clipped it myself. And then I actually sent it to him. Yeah, smart. He hadn't answered till today, so maybe he did. I didn't check my messages. Maybe he did answer. It is there. You guys can see it. It's I let the entire world know that I watched. So how many hours of analysis could I do not to be tired? I do it for the fans. So when you do it for the fans, you're never tired, right? That's how it works. That's how it works. But think about it. After the stream, I actually still have 3 hours to teach. I almost immediately after it's over. So yeah, time of E4 here, definitely, yeah. And then some 93 F4, trap the knight, push it back, keep this pawn. Yeah, definitely. That needs to happen one way or another. Why did black take the knight? What's wrong with just taking the pawn? Rook c1, rook d1. You don't want to play f4 after? I think f4 works after too. c6. Okay, now white's regrouped a bit. No attack, but she's regrouped. That bishop was so strong. I'm a bit surprised that Aaron chose to take it, but also probably tiredness pays off or something. Finver, thank you so much. I appreciate it. 5 gifted subs. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Finver. That was unexpected. That was totally unexpected. Seemed like a good time. Why? Because I just said I'm tired and I just let everyone know how much time I spend on on Chessable. Not on Chessable, on John Bartholomew's. Yeah. I see. I see. People will know. People know. Thank you so much, Fimper. I really appreciate it, really. Okay, so what have we got here? Equal. I like white quite a lot. How did she get this position? You haven't touched it? Well, now is the time. Now is the time to touch it again. Because you got no classes to take. It's the break, you know, the holidays. Less work, hopefully. I don't know, in your line of work. But now is the time to, I guess, it's good. I mean, no, the truth is he does great explanations. That's why I've been watching it. You know, some people are really good at explaining, and you just like listening to them. Basically, it's just like that. Ooh, you're gonna play in the North American. Good luck. Good luck. I hope you've trained enough then. Then no time for training that. Although endgames are a good review before, you can always do some endgame review, openings, and everything. I hope you do well. I hope you do well. White's doing really good. This knight is really bad. It's really bad. Julian is trying to make up for yesterday's loss and get back to. Oh, this was that blunder that we saw earlier. Remember, with Queen D3, and White had to give up both that pawn and it was getting ready to be quite bad. Did she survive for a long time or? Oh, wait, did Black just blunder? Of course I can. In the days before the internet, I used to pay $25 an hour. Yeah. Well, I know it's tricky. It's tricky. It's true. Um, I think $25 an hour is a lot, no? Some time ago, it was still a lot. But yeah, I understand what you're saying now, and now it's almost free. So you can appreciate it, I guess. Um, yeah, I think these days with the internet, a lot of people also have to get some promotions for themselves a bit because, mm, you know more people in a way, right? You know a bit more people, um, and you need to figure out whom to choose. You actually have the chance to choose. Sometimes in the past, you had to kind of pick the people who are in your city, right? And these days, you have the opportunity to work with someone abroad or something. So if you want to, I mean, you can also work with someone here and support local players. There are a lot of very strong local players, whether they are titled or not, who are doing a great job at being good coaches. And this is nice. A nice thing about the era of internet, because you get to know about more of them and see if their personalities also match yours, and they 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 teach the kind of things that you'll benefit. It's also, of course, different if you're going to take a group class or a private class, because with a group class, the class is not necessarily targeted to you specifically, but it is targeted to what that specific level is lacking, and you could be a part of it. And then when it's targeted to you, of course, it's more personalized, or should be personalized. So yeah. Are you talking about John or someone else? Finbar. Casual. All right, you'll be back later. Sounds good. I will try my best. Oh, I see. Sorry, I saw who it was. Yeah. So I saw your message. I missed your first message earlier. Okay. I'm a bit surprised. Okay, am I falling for some trap if I take? I don't see any trap if I take, right? There's no trap. In Seattle. Cool. Cool. That's really nice. Knight b5. White plate, black plate here, and now this queen looks trapped. Now we have some options to take. We have some checks. We have queen e3, because this rook is hanging, of course. So queen e3 only move, I guess. King d7, blunder. What's gonna happen to this game, guys? Resilience might pay off in this game. Resilience might pay off. Maybe this could be fine to keep the pawn protected. What's so wrong about king d7? What is so wrong about this move, guys? Is there some sack? Can we go rook takes c6? Oh my god! Rook takes c6! What? Guys! Rook takes c6! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is this mate or something? Like, if you take like that, it is something. It is something, alright? I don't know where you go, but the mate is coming. Okay, let's say you go on a better square to make it mate in 4 or 3 or whatever. Check. No, no, no. Sorry, sorry. Wait, where's the mate? Oh, check. Oh my goodness. That's so crazy. Rook takes c6. And it was missed. It was missed. Oh my god. Wait, wait, wait. We need to see this game. There's a lot of misses. This is exciting. Or not for the players. This is like when they see this, they will not be happy. So rook takes c6. What? This just allows mate in 2 or something, right? Check and mate. Oh! Oh my god! Rook takes c6 was missed. Why play knight d4? Oh my goodness! Your rook there. Okay, okay, but now you're putting pressure, but then you don't have the mate. Rook takes c6. What a miss! Okay, at least white is white is equal material. White's played more than half of the game without an exchange. Now it's an equal material. No way. No way. Black played d4? You know, it's tough when you blunder sometimes. If you can't calm yourself down and say, "Oh my god, I messed it up. I gotta start all over again." Look at this. Check. And no, it's not queen takes h8. Don't panic about that. This would be mate. But it's queen c5 check, I think. Queen c5 check. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you can go there. Because I don't know why, but you can't. Maybe this. And then you go, I mean, you go here. Because if you push b5, I take your bishop. I mean, can't white just take and take the pawn? And suddenly white's up a pawn? And after queen c5, if we go king c7, what have we got here? Maybe bishop d5? Look, I'm not rooting for anyone. I'm just saying, like, heartbreaking back and forth. You don't have time to evaluate all of this stuff, and it's just so difficult. I mean, oh my goodness, this is just so heartbreaking for black, because she was winning from the get-go. I mean, she played very well the opening. She had a good middle game. That her king got weak a bit, and she made one unclear move, and then it's just downhill from there. Like, she could have lost immediately on the spot with rook takes c6. White missed that opportunity, but kept playing, got the material back, and now it is white the one who's trying to attempt to go for the win, which is, yeah, crazy. Totally unexpected for that to happen. This looks like an equal. I mean, this will be a draw, very likely. A draw in position. Moving on. Wasn't black better earlier? No. But Michelle doesn't have much time, so like Shana. Oh, this is a nice mate. Okay, she had the piece up for a while, I guess. Which game was this? Okay, nice win. Nice win by Anais, definitely. I mean, congrats for the win. We left off this game quite a while back. I think I was looking at the open section a bit too much. Okay, black's definitely, you know, in the driver's seat with the bishop, extra pawn, pawns on both sides of the board. Blacks would definitely gonna win. Very likely gonna win that one. It's pretty equal. Was this that blunder? Yeah, this was the blunder. The point that Liliana missed to play g4, which is kind of tough. This was that game, but looks like right now they have a pretty equal position. This position is equal. Oh, rook up. Okay. Ella's winning this. Whatever happened here? Wasn't this... I don't understand. Why did black play bishop d5? Okay, it's a fancy idea, I get it. You can take as a rook c2, but I mean, it's not quite ideal to hang your pieces like that. And White did quite well infiltrating on the king side, and I guess ended up winning some material there, yeah. And now she's on her way to win. Did not expect that result. What did we miss in this game? Quite a few trades. Okay, this rook endgame should be a draw. They drew. Okay, so this game was a draw. Okay, so Sarah, I thought it was a bit strange that she brought the king there, but it kind of works out because any d3 will be met with king c3, and there'll be no more advancement. Rook d1, very nice. So she's trying to attract black to play d3, and of course black doesn't want to, but eventually they will have to. Now, something that you have to be mindful with white, of course, is not to allow this king to magically make it here and then suddenly two rooks on the b file, you know, for that mate. But that's way too long to expect that would happen. Checky. Nice b3, very nice. Bishop c2 is probably helping white a bit too much. b3. The girls have played quite a bit. Actually, this game is over already. Looks like Sarah's winning. If she's winning, she's the champion under 8. Win! Congratulations, Sarah! How many points did she score? Let's see. 8 points. 8. In girls under 8. 8 and 8. Nice one. Congratulations, Sarah, for winning this tournament. Great play, I'd say. Well done. And she finishes the tournament with 8 points. We don't know what happened on the other boards yet. I guess we'll get the results soon, but what I can say is that she will get, of course, the medal, but also she will get a woman candidate master title. Yeah, top 3 players actually get a women candidate master title in the girls under 8. So congratulations to her. Looks like she will be winning some rating too. Yeah, Mr. Mendez, I am title, and there are a few others that I think are known right now, but I'm just like I'm kind of trying to look at all of them at the same time. It's not easy. It's not easy when you're not getting some. Jasmine also won. Congratulations to Jasmine too. So she finishes with how many points did she have? 7.5. Is she? Did she finish with? Let me check. And she's only 14, by the way. She's only 14, so she won 8 points. She finishes with 8 points, wins the under 18 girls section, and gets a women's international master title. So congrats to Jasmine as well. Who else? Who else? It's hard to keep track of everyone because I'm alone. I don't get anyone to check things for me. Sad. But you guys, if you see someone, please let me know. If you see some result that you know what happened, please do let me know. Looks like Hema is changing the way this game goes, or not. Why did she trade? Probably she thought she's winning the queen endgame. She might be winning the queen endgame. I mean, white can also go rook d1 here and get that pawn, and then it's gonna be pretty good. She traded. Oh, well, this is gonna be hard to win for white. Okay, maybe this game will end in a draw, then nobody's gonna feel as bad about the result, I guess, technically. Because black was winning, white was winning, and if they get a draw. But, I mean, this is still a game to play, you know, it's not over yet. This game will end in a draw pretty likely. Nice win by Anais. Black's on her way to win this one. Draw one. Okay. We'll be back to this game. Let's check out the open section. So what else have we got in this game? Again, congratulations to Aaron Mendez for winning the under 18 section and getting the International Meister title. Looks like Ryan did capture all of those pawns and now is focusing on pushing his G pawn. What is black's best move in this position, actually? I feel like check here because you have to go to a3. If you go to c3, what happens after g2? Oh, wait. Oh, I was gonna show this line and I thought black was okay, but wait a second, black is not because white takes, promotes, and then there's a check queen. 1 second, 1 second. So wait, what do we do after king c3? Maybe now we go to h1. But he can just advance and support the pawn. Okay, these positions are always tricky. Looks like great performance by John Donaldson. He gets an IM. Yeah, he gets an IM norm, yes. If he wins or finishes second, I think top. Let me check. Silver and Bowl. No, actually, he does not. He does not get a title. He gets a FIDE master title, not IM. He's already a FIDE master, so he doesn't get that. But he gets the silver. 1 second, wait. I need to understand this for a second. So rook h2 check, king c3. Ah, rook h6. That's it. And we take the pawn with check. If he pushes right, we take the pawn. This is definitely a draw. So that's why he has to go king a3. But if he goes king h3, there's rook c2. So what's the difference with putting the rook in c5, you may ask? Well, he goes rook g6, and looks like he played it. Oh, this is winning for white because it's the king gets cut, rook e2. Oh my goodness. He played it. Now white wins because white just advances. This rook is not a good place to give checks, and this king is cut off from the pawn way too many files. Okay, so John is winning. He's kind of Donald. I keep calling him John. Donald is going to win this silver medal. I mean, let's wait for him to win before we congratulate him. But yeah. So what's the difference with the other line, you may ask? Well, if we give the check, goes there, we go rook c2, and he goes rook g6. DBC. Do you still compete in official championships? Not if I don't get invited. My rating dropped a lot, so I haven't been getting any invitations for those, unfortunately. Hopefully I'll get back my rating and I can make it again. But in Romanian we have an expression. It's kind of funny. It sounds like nobody gives you invitations for beautiful eyes. If you know Romanian, you know that story. That saying, it just means you need to be there. You need to be there. You need to be strong enough to make it. And I actually don't want to make it. Unless I'm at that level, right? If I'm not, I don't want to go there and finish last. Like that's for me as a player, the competitive that I am to myself, and the perfectionist that I am, that's not something that I want, and I have not done well in the last US championship that I played. I haven't trained enough, so I want to make sure that I train enough, and if I will have the level, I know I'll get invited, and then I know I have the best chances. I don't want to just be invited without playing well. I think to me, it's not just the invitation, is really the level of play. And right now I try to do the best I can to get back to that level of play, but it takes time. It does take time because of a lot of the wasted time that I did in order to lose that much rating that I lost. So yeah, so this is basically kind of how this would have gone, because now white doesn't have time to protect the pawn and is fine, whereas in the game what happened here after g2, basically he was able to take it, right? It wasn't protected anymore, so he was able to do that and rook e2, something he couldn't have done earlier, right? Like, see, g2 here, he can't take it. So you make another move, like you try, let's say b4 or something. Now black can take. Oh no, wait, he cannot take yet. I think black comes maybe here first, here, or wait a second, because the pawns get on 6th rank. Where is black's move now? The problem is if we take here and they take, we still don't make it because the rook is on c6, so they cut us off, and then this is winning. So 1 second, what does black play here for a draw? Oh, a rook check. Yeah, is this a draw? Let's see. Takes. I think with the b pawn it is a draw. If it was another pawn, it wasn't gonna be, but I think with the b pawn it's a draw, so this would be a draw. Okay. Yeah, the king is way too far away. And this is a B pawn, so as long as Donald knows his rook endgames, he should be good to go to win this, to win that endgame. What have we got here? This was the draw. Evan was putting pressure on Zoe, and he's got the bishop pair. He has his chances. He definitely has his chances there. Nitesh. How isn't he winning a piece there? White must have forgotten that they can't take the knight because of this, because they just lost a piece. I think that's what happened. So what was the way to actually save the piece, you may ask? Is it d6, but then he goes there. What was the way to save the piece here? I can't see it. Would rook c1 or rook c2 do anything to try to activate there? Probably not, right? This is just hanging anyways. How can white keep black's king? Mm, I don't see it. Because you don't have bishop e5, you can't move the... I mean, this is just silly. No. There's a move apparently that saves white here. Could it be this? No, this takes the knight anyways. F3? I think I tried this out already. Does any of you have an idea how white can save the knight? Like, it's not bishop. This was played in the game, and clearly it just drops a piece. You just be b5 now. What if we move the... No, but I mean the bishop hangs too. I mean... Nobody's got the idea, okay. Maybe we just put the knight in f3 or something. Because at this point I don't know. That's the last move. That was it? I mean, this is wait, let's try to understand what's so special about this, because at this point I don't get it. I do not get it. So how does white save a piece in this position? If we play knight f3, if he takes, what's the idea? Take back with the bishop, and then we have this as a threat and he can't stop it. He can't even do this to protect. Maybe we do this anyways. Huh. Wow. This is hard to find. This is so hard to find. Like, so he played bishop g4, okay, and now okay, but now he's losing a piece. He's gonna attempt some activity, but I mean, a piece is a piece. He can't. He might even be able to take, because when you take rook f7, he has various ways here. Black's in the driver's seat. Oh my god, Ethan is winning that position. He was pressuring, but like, seriously? Wow. 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 Look at this move. Rook takes f1. What? This is brilliant. Iris is trying her best to create some mating net, but those pawns are just going for the queen. So he took f6, so there's no mate, and the queen by itself cannot stop all those pawns. Bishop c6, he can't take it. And he wants to go bishop e4. He went for it. Oh my god, what a win by Ethan. Congratulations. I mean, this is brilliant. This game was brilliant. I think it's the game. This is the game. Maurice Ashley is gonna love this. I need to send him a picture right now. I just need to send him a picture right now, because he will just he will not understand, but that's okay. He will ask me later. What happened? This is crazy. Okay, message sent. That was so beautiful. I feel bad that it happened to Iris, because of course I want the girls to do well in this. They played in the open tournament. It's a challenge for them, and you know, I feel bad, but I'm just looking at the quality of Black's play here. Like, this is unbelievable. Rook takes f1. There's probably other moves that win for Black, but just the fact that he takes and he's got the two minor pieces and two passed pawns for the queen, you know, it is just incredible to me that he felt that this was gonna be good enough for him to be able to improve. And maybe it wasn't even perfectly played, but just like the idea that he sacrificed there is just wow. Okay. Brian's doing well in this position. Ronan won! Oh my god! I don't even know if I'm happy or sad because, like, I wanted Ronan to do well in this tournament, but Steven is always in my chat. Oh my goodness! It was a balanced position. So how did that happen? So I think Ronan might win or share first. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happened. But oh my goodness, guys, so many heartaches I'm getting in this moment. Like I don't even know what to feel. Okay. Oops, sorry. I didn't want to move that. What happened here? Queen h3, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, I feel for Steven. Queen h3, okay. Okay, what's wrong with the trade and rook g1? I mean, okay, white is worse, but Steven ended up playing knight h4, and after this, it's just game over because like if you go knight f5 now, there's g2 and you lose your rook. It's just a blind spot for Steven. I feel happy and heartbroken, like one eye is gonna laugh and one is gonna cry. I feel happy for Ronan, but you know, I feel for Steven too, because this is and he had more time too than Ronan. So he missed this move after which there's nothing to do. Wow. So many emotions this round. I didn't expect that many emotions when I logged in to stream this morning. Okay, white is up a lot of material, so Leo won that game. Extra pawn for black, but it's not gonna be that easy. Maybe a second pawn will be lost there. The pawns are a bit blockaded on black, so it will be harder to improve. Wasn't this the one that some sacrifice happened? Yeah, I remember this one. Oh, white ended up taking with the queen there. Okay. I wasn't quite fond of black's choice to castle long, and now they have kind of an equal position. Okay. What happened here? No, this is a DGT error. Dead one! Dead one! Oh my goodness. 8.5. Wow. Congratulations, Ted. Someone who knows him, tell him congratulations from me. Like, this is just it was his tournament and he played really well. Made a lot of interesting positions. Win, loss, draw, he was still winning regardless. So this is quite impressive. Looks like his opponent messed up here and he's just about to mate. Took the rook, takes this, checkmate is coming. Beautiful. Congratulations, Ted. A champion under 12 with 8.5. Brilliant performance and really well played. I mean, I am sure we're gonna hear about him very soon. Just she drew that game. Another draw here. This was we thought bishop f4 had to be played in this position, but Looks like white tried to run away, and did he manage to run away? Oh, black didn't take the queen when he should have. And after queen h2, you don't take it anymore. Nicely fine by Matthew, and I think he won this game, right? Because now he's just taking all the pawns. Yeah. Good one, Matthew. What's this? Why does it say white? Why does it say white won when it's clearly a draw? Okay. I don't know what happened in this game. Donald managed to win. Congratulations, Donald. I believe Donald is on second place in under 18. Doesn't get the FIDE Master title because he already has it, or Norm, but no, it was title. But he gets the silver medal. And then I think Aditya might be next with that draw. Evan is still on his way to try to win that. Oh, this was that unexpected blunder, and it's so crazy. The best move in the position, knight f3. I mean, I'm just wowed by that move after spending half an hour there. Okay, looks like black ended up winning with the extra piece. This is brilliant. This is so brilliant to me. Knight h4. Congrats to Ronan. I'm not sure what place he gets. We'll have to see the standings. I hope they post them. I didn't ask them, but let me check. But I don't think they posted standings yet for me to show them to you. I'm gonna send a message and find out, so I'll let you guys know in one moment. Once I find out, I'll let you guys know. Okay. Okay, black is attempting a win. Leo won. This game finished in a draw? Okay. Still being played. Digital error. Okay. We'll come back to that game. Let's catch up with the girls section. So Jasmine won the under 18. Congratulations to Jasmine, women's international master and North American champion. Under 18, and I gotta say she's only 14 years old. This game looks still anything can happen. This was a heartbreaking blunder by Lilian Wang. Just giving the rook without any kind of compensation, and then she lost a few moves later. What's happening here? Rook d1, right? Only move. Rook d1 only move will very likely. I don't know how black can maintain the pressure here. Because basically, if you take and attempt, I guess you could try rook d8. No, but rook d8, bishop b3. Because if you go rook b8, then I take rook b1, rook d2. So that's not really working for black. But rook b1. So we can trade, and now we need to come up with some good move, or maybe just king f6, just hold on to the position. And bishop b3, I guess we can go rook b8, bishop takes, rook a8, and white shouldn't have any way to escape this pin. And this will very likely end in a draw, and if that is found. So it's a save for black because piece down, right? Yeah, I wasn't happy with Aaron's decision on giving up the bishop for the knight, and it seems that, you know, the way the game continued, it led to some kind of unequal position here. Jillian is looking good to win that. What happened to... where... Oh, Hema was able to win the queen endgame? I thought the players would have some chances to draw. Wow. Resilience till the end. King d8 check. Did she find a way to... She found a way to trade the queens and black traded, but black should not trade queens here because she's down a pawn. Maybe she thought she somehow draws this endgame, but she's not. This extra pawn will win the game. This is weird. I don't know why it says white won, because this is clearly a draw. See, that's why I want to see those pairing and standings. No answer yet. Lakshana drew, but I think that secured her win in the girls under 14. I think she was. Let me double check. I think draw was all she needed. Yeah, draw was... She didn't even need a draw. She was already the champions, and she got... She was the champion under 14, and she got women FIDE master title. So she's upgrading her title after this tournament from woman candidate master to woman FIDE master. A nice one. Where's that game of Amy? Some blunders just happened here, looks like. Why is this such a big blunder? Was there some sacrifice? Youth and skill. Youth and skill. Yeah, youth and skill is good to have. It is very good to have. I'm just checking to see how many games are left at this point, because very little games left. But what did we have here? What did we have here for black? Oh, is this an option? Maybe this is an option. Then rook comes in. Okay, but when you're playing, it's kind of hard to make that decision unless you calculate completely. But probably now knight f. Knight f4. Can you take in here? But then we take. What about knight takes? And then everything is hanging. So Amy can get her win if she does that. Nice win by Ella there. So not so many games remaining, guys. Let me see. Let me check. Let me check the games remaining. And I'm still waiting on an answer to see when the pairings will be posted. So I'm gonna send a text message to someone else to because the results don't show and choose results, so I can't show you. But I mean, we can look at the games and figure it out. It's just they might just wait for all the games to be finished because there's no results being posted at this point. No results have been posted. Okay, I asked, so I'm just waiting to see if I get an answer to figure things out. Lots of results are already decided technically so far, right? Which game do you guys want to see? Do you think is the most interesting to focus on at this point? Wait, how did Black not? Oh, Black played Rook A4. Black did not find the line. It wasn't. I'm surprised by this, cause it seemed kind of easy, right? I mean, or maybe not. I don't know. Just King F6. Wait, one more move, right? The bishop would come here, and then we can attack it, force them to take, and then we go right back. I don't see how white ever will escape this. By the time you come with the king there, I'll create a passed pawn, so nothing's gonna happen. But she chose to go there. But okay, she gets 2 pawns, but I don't know. This will be a long game. That'll be a long game that will still be played. Erin's still trying to get her win in that game. Jillian's doing Jillian decided to take a draw in this position? Huh. Why did she take a draw? Let me check the standings. But with a draw? What did she do against Hema? I see. She lost against Hema, this girl, who's about to. I'm now confused what's going on. Guys, I don't know what's happening. What's wrong with all these? Am I being trolled? What is happening? Am I being trolled? This is winning for white. Like, what? Are these results? At this point, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you guys. Is these results are correct or not, or what? Oh my goodness. This is just too much. I don't even understand what's happening. I don't understand what's happening here. Like, white is winning. Why is white accepting a draw here? I got no answers for you guys. I got no zero answers. I mean, Hema did win against Jillian, so you know, if Jillian gave a draw, then Hema can give a draw because based on tie breaks, Hema would be ahead. But she's winning. You're also playing for rating and stuff like that, I think, right? You're winning. There's no way to, these results are just showing up wrong. I'm just super confused. If someone is in the tournament hall and knows the results, please feel free to share. Nobody's telling me anything, which is a bit tough when you're not on location and you can take a break and go check. So that was my mistake. I wanted to be home a bit longer because I've been traveling too much. I could have been there, but I figured it's nicer to be here. Okay, Amy's on her way to win. Let me see where Amy stands at this point. Guns are under 12. So this game is still in progress, and Lacey is the player with 6 points, same as Amy and same as Ashley. 3 of them are on 6 points, so all of them need a win. But we don't see Ashley's game, so I don't know what Ashley did in that game, but we know that Lacey and Amy have to win in order to get a top place. Like now after bishop f7 should be kind of clear. We can take, what's the best way to take? Do we take like this, or is there something even better? Probably something even better, clearly. Would this work? It would work if you are forced to take, because now I'm coming for a mate. But you're not forced to take. So what do you guys think is the best move in this position for Amy? I think knight h3, right? Because it's with check. And then when you take, rook takes, threatening mate. And if you don't take, oh, she didn't play it. And you move this king somewhere, let's say h2 or something, then maybe I can take, and yeah, she would do good. But she didn't go for that. She went for rook a7. It's tough when both players are low in time, you know, like. Okay, I want to see how many games we have remaining. In the open section, we have 4 games remaining. In the girls section, also 4 games remaining. Okay, so let's catch up with the open section a bit too. So this is one of them, Evan is doing quite well in this game. So we have Evan in the open section. We have board 7. Looks like Brian's on his way to win this one. And then we have, which game is this? This game? Looks like Alexander is on his way to win this. And the next board too. And the next board is that issue that has not been fixed. In the girls section, we have board 2, Sophie's game. Okay, this could be played for a while. We have this end game that very likely could end in a draw, but I mean, I think black definitely could have had better chances to get a draw if that's what she wanted, which she should have. Then we have this game being played and Amy's game being played, and that's about it. These are the last 4 games in the girls section, and the other ones are in the women's section. Do you guys wanna me to focus on a particular one? I'm not even sure which one to focus on at this point. But it seems that it could finish earlier than previous days, because usually I would be here till about 1:30. Now it's 12:30, and there are 4 games remaining in each. Which, okay, but we don't know how much longer it could last. But the results didn't show on choose results, and I haven't gotten any answer. Do you guys have any questions? Any things you want me to tell you? Anything you're interested in? If you're watching the US chess, okay, let's just, if you're watching US chess stream, if you're watching there instead of my channel, please let me know what do you think about US chess having more of these Twitch streams, collaborations. I've also put this command to send you, and I'll put it on my channel too. Be sure to check out my personal collaboration or new thing that I'm doing with the US chess that I'm very, very excited about. Is this interview / podcast that I started working with Brian Tillis on. I had this idea to kind of continue finding a way to promote chess for girls and women, and we did a few interviews with well, 2 are posted right now. Then I have my own interviews that I did at the US Women's Senior Championships in Utah. And Brian is, of course, the marketing and communications manager at US Chess. He's taking the position not long ago, and I think he's working really hard in order to try to continue promoting more educational content and for US chess. And I highly recommend checking out, of course, my podcast that I'm excited about. But there's quite a few other things that are happening on US Chess YouTube page. So be sure to check it out if you can. And, you can always comment and let us know what other things you may want to happen. Not us. When I say us, I mean, let US Chess know. I'm excited to be a part of it. And, of course, the fact that Brian trusted me to stream both on my channel and US chess. But I would love to see more things happening, and if you guys like this, please, let them know, let Brian know. You can always contact him. You can find all his information on US Chess website, and let him know, your thoughts about what other things could be created to continue promoting chess in the US. My daughter plays chess and would love to see more activities for girls. Yeah, yes. I mean, you can check out my podcast for now. I'm trying to promote various interviews with different girls, or women who try to support chess. The first one is with international master Alice Lee, who's only 14, already an international master, is trying to go for a grandmaster title. I think it's definitely an inspiration for young girls to see more young female players who are doing great. And yeah, check that out for now. And then you can always try to send your thoughts about how ideas that you have. And of course, if you want to support US chess, you can do so by making a donation, but that's already implied, and I don't want to support that. I don't want to mention that too much on stream, but there are various ways that you can continue the promotion yourselves by sharing the various stories that you see with girls and women, and not just girls and women. There are a few other important things that US Chess does. There's Kids at Risk, for example. There's seniors. There's quite a few other, let's say, I don't want to say groups, but I can't find another word for lack of a better word. I'm gonna use groups that can be helped to continue promoting chess. And if you're interested in creating, let's say there's not much chess going on in your area, you can always try to create some, and they offer support for that. You can get, I think, like free rules and everything. And I think there's definitely other stuff behind the scene that Brian is working on. I don't know everything myself, and I don't know how much I can share. So for a lot of information, you can reach out to them. And yeah, just wanted you guys to know. And you can always create your own chess club in your area, even if it's not well known. And then message maybe Brian, because he's the communications guy. And so his name's Brian Tillis, the manager. And I always forget his full title. I don't know why. I said it so many times. I said it so many times, and I should write it somewhere down, and just have it there, like, the marketing and communications manager of US Chess. You can message him with questions about how you can get in touch, maybe with some female players that you find maybe inspiring. And I mean, you can ask. I can promise you they will have the time. But it's always nice to try to find a way to work together to continue promoting chess for various ages, genders, groups, young adults, seniors, adult improvers, everyone who's passionate about chess and wants to be a part of it. I think there's always a way to work together, and this is the time of year that everyone is more cheerful, hopefully. So this is the time to get started. But yeah. Oh, thanks, Grandfather. I appreciate it. Thank you. I try my best. It's hard sometimes to keep up with the energy throughout, because I don't have a partner to to keep me keep me here even more cheerful. But I really appreciate your kind words. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad to see the future of chess is very bright. Lots of talented kids in these tournaments. It's always nice when you get to see them when they are young and just kind of cheer on their success. I think it's is definitely something you wanna look up to. So yeah, I'm also of course very thankful to international arbiter Anand Malapati and everyone behind the scenes. I know John Haskell and JP Sinha have been working with the DGT board, so I'm thankful for them that we had the opportunity to see all these games live, and I could do my job while they made sure that the games were there. And I would usually text JP to ask him what is going on. We hadn't had many issues, but it's nice to be able to ask if you have an issue with the DGT board, and they were there, and the all the arbiters and photographers for the tournament who put the tournament together, right? It's not the work of just one person. It's always a team. So the fact that they were able to put this tournament together quite later, I think, when I talked to Anand, he was not sure whether he would get the possibility to organize a tournament early August. So I think he only found out later in August. So to be able to put the tournament together, have so many players participating in the tournament, and it takes a strong leadership. And again, thankful for him and everyone who worked around the event to make this a success. Congratulations to the players who actually won titles and not just titles like medals, but also titles, because by winning the event you also get titles, and lots of appreciation to the parents who took the kids to this strong tournament. It's not often that it's easy for the parents. I know that. I know from my own family when my parents would always be suffering. Were looking at my games and rooting for me and making sure that I was ready to play every single game, and I was well fed and in a good mood. It's tough. It's a tough job for the parents, and you gotta appreciate the hard work that they put behind to make sure that the kids get the chance to compete in such tournaments. So it's always a tough one, but I'm we can, from behind the scenes, we can only be the ones cheering and commenting the game from my perspective, right? But I know there's a lot of work being put behind, and yeah, I hope the kids, those who won, I hope they cherish and are excited about the results. But remember, this is just the first step to future success, and if they want to continue getting these kind of successes, they remember that hard work always has to happen in order for those successes to happen. As for those who maybe did not do that great, maybe didn't feel that the results raised up to the expectations, to just remember that it is a tournament and it's a lesson, and it just reminds you that if you don't work hard enough, sometimes you won't get the results that you want. So sometimes even if you work hard enough, you still won't get the results that you want. But that doesn't mean that they need to give up. I think that is very important. That's what I always try to stress on when I do commentaries, when I get emotional like I get now, because it's not even my games, but I just feel that there's gonna be some heartbreaks for some of the kids and some of the parents, and you know, sometimes they can take it too hard, and it's not healthy. I know it from own experience, and I only say it from the heart when I say that, you know, it's you're gonna have your tough times. You just need to learn how to come back up. I always when I feel down, I always look at this quote from Rocky. Um, and I don't know if I should say now because I'll start crying, but I remember there's always a quote that would cheer me up when Sylvester Stallone talks to his kid, and I think it's probably the second Rocky or something, and he says, you know, it's um it's about this idea that you have to keep moving forward, right? It's no matter how many hits you get, you just keep moving forward because life is not just sunshine and rainbows, right? um I don't know, quote it. I'll feel embarrassed if I quote the whole thing because I do know it. Anyways, yep, we're back to looking what's happening here. um Looks like Evan is on his way to potentially win this game. He's got the pawn and everything. And I think is this the last game? That's an important quote, so you want me to say it and then you can clip it? Okay, I'll try. Just give me a moment to to check what's happening here. We only have one game left in the girls section. In the open section is just Evan's game. I think everything else is over. So we have Evan's game. So we can stay with this game for now. And looks like we got some results there. Well, this game is going for white. In white's favor. What happened here? Okay, it shows that white won, but I just don't understand why. The position seems fine. And Amy won. Okay, so this looks like a mate coming up. Okay, so we're gonna stay with this game and we're gonna stay with Evan's game. Mm, it's Rocky 5. That's where the quote is from. You want me to say it? I should have said that I know the quote. I'm gonna embarrass myself now. Haven't I embarrassed myself enough? Okay. Okay, so these two games are left. I don't know. I just want to make sure I don't say something bad on because I'm on US Chess Channel too, you know? That's why I'm not saying it. I'm gonna quote what he's saying, right? So, basically, he's saying that life is gonna hit hard, right? And it's not about how hard you get hit, right? It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. right? How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. That's what he's saying. And that's my favorite quote of all time of motivation. And I hope that everyone, you know, takes that. Again, it's from the heart. And I just hope that everyone really doesn't let a bad result affect them for the future, no matter how tough it is, maybe from various reasons. But yeah, the winners usually get the laurels, and sometimes when you're not in that top position, it can be tough. But I just, please, please be good with your kids, um and keep supporting them if chess is something that they want to do. That's all I can say. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone was my favorite actor growing up. I looked up to him so much as a as I don't know why or how, but I just felt that he had a tough life, and he's kept his feet on the ground for some reason. For a kid, that was I don't know, someone to look up to. And specifically that quote, I remember, has taken me through some very tough US championship losses that I was going through. And I was listening to that particular quote that he has with his son, who is not, not, seems not to understand the toughness of Rocky's life, right? And and he reminds him that life is tough, and you just don't give up, no matter the hardships. Okay. So, with that said, do we have the results posted on chess results? I don't see them yet. At least the results, so I could see them, I could share them. So there's just one game left, the Evan one and this one, because everything else is done. Although there are some mistakes in it, so let's see what if I got any message. We will. Okay, so they might post the results soon. We'll see. Sophie's on her way to win this, so I feel for Ananya. Okay, Jasmine is the champion, but now if Sophie wins, which it looks like she will, I think Sophie's gonna finish second, and the girls under 18, I think. Yeah, because she was the next one. So if Sophie wins, she's second, and then Lori is gonna be third. I think I can probably tell based on this. I can let you guys know. So I'm getting this interesting question here by Eric on US Chess stream. Okay. So King D2 and White wins in that one. And what's going on in this Evan game? Did you ever feel pushed into chess by your parents? Yes, I did. I did. By my dad, not by my mom, by my dad. Definitely, I felt push at some point, but while I did maybe feel unhappy about it temporarily as a kid, um, I don't hold any kind of grudge or anything like that. I think if my dad hadn't pushed me when I had some tough moments, I don't think I would be where I am today in chess. I think if you notice some kind of, and I don't want to say talent because there's lots of talks about whether kids have talents or not in chess, but if my dad didn't feel that I could do it, I don't think he would have pushed me to to try to work more on chess and things, you know. So I am certainly, you know, feeling a bit mad about some parts of how he did it, um but but I don't think I'd be here today without him pushing. So I'll always be grateful for him pushing me to try to be better than I was, to be able to combine chess and school. It was my mom mostly that wanted me to have good grades, and so he was pushing with the chess. My mom wanted me to have good grades, so I wouldn't have been able to learn the balance if they didn't emphasize on how important specific things were. And also my dad definitely pushed for the English language. I was not a huge fan of English, I gotta say. I was not a fan at all. It was tough for me to learn English in school because my teacher was not really paying attention to every kid's. It was mostly a few of them that seemed to be her main point of focus, and those who weren't doing well, she didn't seem to support much. But it was my dad pushing me and teaching me the phonetics alphabet to know how to pronounce things and be mindful in class and take as much as I could. um you know, I wasn't a huge fan of English language, I gotta say. Mr. Stallone would be proud of me. Oh, that would be great. I think it would be the highlight of my life if I ever met Sylvester Stallone in real life, you know? Like it would be the highlight. um I would probably cry. I wouldn't even say anything. I would just start crying. Like, congrats to Evan. By the way, he won this game. That's quite an impressive result. Nice finish for him. Tough one for Zoe though. She's had a really good tournament, and to lose this is tough. Sure, Eric. I'm happy to. Always nice to share, you know, my story. There are some things I'll keep to myself, but a lot of things I can definitely share, and you know, always happy if I can inspire some people to be back in the game, and learn from their, you know, tough moments, and remember that it's a process. You remember my family in Capella Grande? Yeah, I love that tournament. It was my favorite ever. 20 years ago. Yeah, going with the family was always great. I don't know. Does anyone know Sylvester Stallone? Can you make his clip? Can you clip this and make sure that he knows? And who knows? Maybe I'll have the opportunity. My mom always wanted me to go to Hollywood. You know, she always said I could make a great actress because I can cry. I cry too much. I'm too dramatic. But that wasn't the reason why she said it. But it was always her dream that I would make it to Hollywood. And I didn't make it there, even like to the city, to LA. I didn't even go to LA. So if someone is in LA, feel free to invite me there. But wow, what a tournament. Now, I think all the games are over. I think all the games are done at this point. Let's do a fast check. The results are quite correct. And I don't know what will be. That game is the only one that had a transmission error, but other than that, I think everything is. This one also, the result is just not showing correctly. And in the girls section, looks like Sophie won. Laura won. This game finally got decided in a draw. Okay. Draw here as well. This says a draw, but I mean, I just don't understand why White doesn't try harder to try to win. I mean, it's an extra pawn, and Black's king is just staying on a. It's just so weak. The rook in a6 is trapped. This game is, of course, a win. If you ask me how, well, it's not that hard. You have various ways. You can try to do this, so you take the long distance opposition, and then they go back, and you advance like that. If you think it's a draw because of this, because you think you can't go f4 because of king g4, well, think again, because we got king e4 here, and when Black takes, you can play king f3. If you didn't know this trap, this is kind of a cool one to keep in mind. You're restricting Black's king over there, and then you're just going for your queen. h3, queen, and White is winning. So in case you didn't know that, this is a very important king and pawn endgame trap that you should know. It seems that Black's king will be faster with that pawn, right? But this is actually winning. If you do this, you can get scared because you can say, wait, they promote first, what am I gonna do? But even here, you still promote first. But I like to show king f3 because I think it just makes things much easier. Yeah, the grandfather, it just makes things much easier. But of course, this is winning as well in this case, because the pawn of White is more advanced. But king f3 is just the move that I like to see. That's why the fact that the result was showing draw is just surprising to me. And then this is supposed to be a draw, right? I mean, I don't know why it shows White won. I mean, it's 3 versus 3. Okay, this one a draw, White won in this one, Black won in this one. Amy won, which is nice. Congrats to Amy. But we still don't know who's winning that section. And I'm not getting an answer, so they're probably super packed with posting everything and stuff. So at this point, I'm not seeing any results being posted in any of the categories. So there could still be games in progress. So I'll have to go based on the results that we see here. I gotta wait just a bit longer so you guys can ask me extra questions if you want. I already thanked everyone. I do that in advance. Actually, I might do the YouTubes now. The YouTube videos. But what was my game of the day? What were my games of the day? Did you guys have favorites this round? Did I have favorites this round? I think there was one, there's that one that, well, but it shows the draws and I don't know the correct result of it. Let me refresh the page. Maybe if I refresh, I will see a different result. I doubt it though. Let me see. Which board was it? This one, board 7. No, it shows draw. Even after refreshing, still shows draw. Because this would be interesting because it shows again, it's one of those resilience games where White had messed up the opening part, and then got to have this gorgeous idea, which she missed, rook takes c6. But it was missed, and she still in the end ended up, I can't say ended up winning because I don't know. You're a chess nerd. You like the lower rated games? Yeah, I mean, all of the games were quite enterprising to date. I mean, definitely. I can't really decide on one in particular. This is a heartbreaking one, though. This is a heartbreaking one for white to play bishop e1 and drop the bishop. This was the most hard-fought game of the round. Jasmine won this one. As for the open section, I mean, Donald's game was quite impressive, and the fact that he was able to win that endgame, which was kind of draw, was quite a lot. Maybe I'll just focus on this endgame for this. Oh, actually, no, I had a game for this one. I had a game. You know which one it was? It was this one. This finish. This finish was just brilliant. I thought this was just brilliant, you guys. Normal, and it's definitely a tough loss for Iris. But do you guys remember that what happened? The queen sack. He sacked the queen in this position. He just sacked the queen, and then he sacked the rook. So this is quite interesting. What did we miss here in the end? Bishop takes f2. Oh, cute. Cute one on this one by Brian. Nice win by Brian. This is heartbreaking too, in a way. Heartbreaking for Steven and happy for Ronan, because Ronan was my student few years back, and it's nice to see him do so well in the tournament. He had a tough loss yesterday, but in the end, I think he's still finishing pretty good. Actually, this was a nice win also. I didn't see the finish of this game. You just saw the result. Rook c2, very nice. Cute finish by Henry. Nice one by Henry too. He's had a pretty on and off tournament, like good and this was also, I mean, there's so many good games. Oh, Brian is gonna be like, Sabina, make up your mind already. I need to know when to. Shout out to Brian Tillis, to National Master Brian Tillis, the person behind me, behind the scenes, who's will help edit and post my favorite games of each round. He's, of course, I've mentioned his name so many times at this point. He's the marketing and communications manager of US Chess, and also he's been working tirelessly on the improvement of the YouTube and posts, and I've asked him to be kind and post some of these videos, and I think they will show very soon. Shout out to Brian. Yes, heart, Brian. He's not gonna see it, but it's okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I like how he tries to help create more content for US Chess, and hopefully it's inspiring and will help promote the YouTube page as well as Twitch page of US Chess. If you haven't followed and you're here, please follow. So hopefully I will be able to bother him enough that he will let me stream on US Chess again. Guys, I have no game. Please tell me your suggestions. Tell me your favorites so that I can clip this. We can have this clipped. I have no idea which game was the most exciting at this point. Everything was exciting. There were so many ups and downs that, yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. I mean, Christmas is approaching, but there are some other holidays that are celebrated around this time. I think Hanukkah, Yalda, uh, New Year soon. If there's anything else, I hope you're having a wonderful time with your family. Hope it's a peaceful time, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna do this game. I'm definitely gonna do this game for the girls section. I decided. I'm set. I'm set on that. As for the open section, we're going to go over this endgame by Donald Johnson. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the recording. All right, getting ready. Okay. Paulus need a moment. It's hard. When you talk continuously and suddenly you need to be super focused, no distraction by the chat, nothing. This is the moment where the chat usually distracts me, you know, but hello everyone and welcome back to another round of the North American Youth Championships. This is a position that happened in the final round between FIDE master Donald Johnson and Ryan Yang. This was quite interesting to me because, you know, rook endgames are some of my favorites, and you know, when I catch a mistake, I always try to remind myself not to fall for that kind of a mistake myself. But I found this quite interesting because the nuance can really change the result of a game. So Donald Johnson was trying to finish the tournament strong, and he actually was able, I believe, to finish second in the under 18 section. So congratulations to Donald. In this particular game, he has obviously the upper hand with 2 pawns in a rook endgame, where this pawn is quite advanced and is ready to promote. As for Black, Black only has 1, but if these 2 pawns get traded, Black has some chances to draw if his king makes it close enough to being in front of the pawn. That's a B pawn, so if you don't make it in front, your chances to draw are kind of diminishing a bit, because this is usually how we encounter the Lucena position with White's king in front and this pawn advancing, and we have that very famous idea of rook lift and shielding the king, right? We call it the bridge. So that is how White plans on winning if these 2 pawns get traded. So you have to trade them in a good circumstance. And here in the actual game, Black ended up playing this move rook c5, which is a mistake that allows Donald to win the endgame. So the way it happened is rook c5 was played, rook g6, protecting the pawn, and now when Black played g2 to try to trade off the g pawn for the c pawn, White recaptured, rook takes c6, and now rook e2, a very important move that cuts Black's king off from this b pawn, so White will be able to just advance in this position while keeping Black's king restricted. So a few checks were given here, but now look at that, 1 more check. This is kind of a cool idea because it tried to push Black's king even further away, and now White, okay, he could have played b4 also, but he decided to go for a rook e2. Just make sure that keeps Black's king far enough away from the b pawn, and now White just advances. Look at this. Pawn is pushed. You don't have time to trade the rooks. Black is attempting to bring the king to f7, but that pawn just marches by itself. And now we have the Lucena position, where this king is way too far, and white didn't even need to do the bridge, just played rook a1, keeps the king safe from checks, and now the pawn promotes. So this is how Donald won that game. But now let's get back to that position, because the reason I showed you this is not to to show you how easily and beautifully white won. So that was really nice. But there was a way for black to save himself, and it's very important to realize these nuances. So the move to save himself here for black was the move rook h2 check. Now checks sometimes can be good in endgame, sometimes can be bad. In this particular position, it would have been a good check, because now it asks white a question where the king goes. And you have two moves that kind of make sense. You don't want to go on the back rank, because there will be even more checks. So you have to go forward. So you're either going to choose to go king a3, or you're going to choose to go king c3. So if we look at king a3, the idea is now if black goes rook c2 to attack the pawn, rook g6, the difference between having the rook placed in c5 and c2 is that now when g2 is played, the rook here still keeps the pawn protected. This pawn is still too far away from protecting the one in c6. So now if b4 is played, we don't play it here because we would still be losing, because now rook takes g2, and if the king comes to get in front of the pawn, we still have the move rook d2, cutting the king off, and now white will be able to advance this pawn forward, even if you go back rook c8, b5, and checks are not going to help. Even if you keep the rook in front not to allow the pawn to advance, typically this is the way that we see white advancing in these positions. Check, king c6, one more check, king b7, and we have the Lucena. Right? And for those of you who don't know the bridge, maybe I can show it real fast. Let's just pretend like this was a thing. All right. So now if white escapes with the king from in front of the pawn, checky, checky, and more checkies. So Lucena came up with this idea, and I think it was actually found by someone else in the past, but it's just bringing the rook on the 4th rank. Okay, if you go back here, black will come here, and you won't escape. So the way you win is you put the rook on the 4th rank, and let's say black stays here. Now we're threatening promotion, so you need to check, check, and here comes the bridge. The rook blocks the checks, and if you capture, king takes, and white promotes the next move, black's king being too far away from stopping that pawn in c7. This is how Lucena is won. For those of you who wonder what happens after king e5, there's various ways for white to win here. You can even go rook c4 because this king is so far away, and now you can go king c8, but you can also go rook d7 followed by rook c7. You're going to create this tiny little bridge over there, and then white pushes and wins. Okay, so that is basically how this endgame is won. Now going back to that position after rook h2 check, right? King here, rook c2, right? Rook b6. That pawn is pushed. b4, again, we had this move. Rook takes c6, which showed that was a blunder because it showed how white was winning. But actually, how do you guys think that black is going to draw in this position? King f5. Oh, no, sorry, not king f5. Oopsie. Not king f5. My bad. Rook c3. Sorry. Rook c3 check. King f5 is not helpful move for black. You may think that white takes and you get to win because you connect the pawns, but you got to be careful because black is close enough with the king that actually you might even lose. So if you go king f5 in this position, we can just move the rook back. So whenever you take the pawn, we're getting back to the same position as before. That's why in this position, black needs to give this check first. Let's say king f4, and now rook g3. offering a rook trade, blocking the rook from controlling the promotion square. You got a trade, takes, c7, queen. Queen, and this position with the queen endgame with the b pawn should be a draw. Now you need to know how to do it also, but this should be a draw. You have to have the pawn, I think, crossing the fifth rank, the middle of the board, in order to be able to win. But okay, you still have to know how to do this, but theoretically this should be a draw, and usually you're trying to give quite a few checks and avoid that the opponent gives you gives you checks in counter checks in return and saves themselves. But usually I think you have to be careful, but you try to keep the queen in front and then give a lot of checks when the queen of the opponent can't hide. And the idea is usually you keep the king on the opposite corner than the pass pawn, so that exactly for that reason the opponent cannot give you checks to trade the queens. All right, back to this position, you can say, okay, so what if I play king c3 here in order to stop the rook from going to c2? Yes, that's an option. So you can do that. Now we don't have the check. And black can play either g2 or rook h1 or rook h6, right? But g2, as you saw that bar, went up because after c7, that pawn promotes. So you can't really stop it. That's why you don't go g2 in this position. So in this position, you go rook h6 because the king is on the same file as the pawn. Now you're threatening to take it with check. White cannot magically play b5 here, and if you push c7, then we got this check. You move away, we take this pawn, we haven't given up ours, so eventually we'll trade this for that, and it will be a draw. Tough one, right? It's not easy. It's not easy in this position. I think Donald has tried the best kind of way to try to win, and thankfully for him, his opponent made a huge mistake, rook c5, and he took huge advantage of it. Very important to know endgames and to be mindful about it, especially with lower time on the clock. But both players were doing quite well with the time, so this was it. Very important lesson in rook endgames and stuff you gotta be mindful about and take in your time. Hopefully you enjoyed it.